Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, booga booga booga.
Blah, blah, blah.
UFC London.
Mixed martial
Unique
arts.
London.
Oh, I forgot the song.
London.
Mixed martial arts.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go.
How do we like our martial arts?
Sorry guys, I am.
Alright,
this
separated.
is the voice and soon-to-be face of Alexander K. Lee. Sorry guys, I am fixing something on the MMA fighting website. I may have lied. Oh, it's fine. Okay. I thought I lied to America and said that today's UFC London card, which begins, guys, in about half an hour, 25 minutes, strictly on ESPN Plus today. So for those of you tuning into our show right now, I think on our website it's accurate, but yes, today's show all on ESPN Plus in Canada, all on UFC Fight Pass, guys, not on TSN as usual. So however you guys normally access ESPN Plus, that is how you get it done today. 14 fights. We got a loaded card. I am joined in the Q&A right now by one Mr. Jed Meshew.
Hi, guys.
And producer extraordinaire, EKC Live.
Repping Queen, baby.
Oh, wow.
London.
A band I've actually heard of for once
Yeah.
on one of your shirts. Amazing. It's a great card. We got a great card today, guys. We did it. Listen, if you missed it, we did our preview show yesterday. There's still time, I guess, to watch it while the card's happening. We can talk mostly about the main card anyway. So
Turn this off and go to the preview show. Right
no,
now.
don't do that. Don't, please, don't, no, please stick around with the Q&A. Is our timer accurate, Casey? Why does our timer say?
I added because it never starts right at.
It never starts
Look at
on
this
time.
guy.
I mean, it never starts right
Look
at
at
4.
this-
It never starts right
I
at
think
the
this
hour.
time well, hold on now. I think this time it might. There are 8 fights in a quote
doubt
like a
it.
3-hour window. That
I
would be
doubt
our
it.
first. Well, listen, that'll be our first
All
bet
right,
today.
you know,
Not that I bet on MMA.
You're no fun.
No, leave it.
You're
Leave
no
it. I'm just
fun.
going to tell you. I bet you the fights will start like 2 minutes into the card.
There you go. Look.
Oh,
Now
2
it's-
minutes in,
Thank you.
I will take the over on
They've
hammering
I think
the over on that.
I'm pretty sure the last London show they started with guys in the octagon. You don't remember that? Like the broadcast started, people were in. They didn't do walkouts. Guys were in the cage. So it's definitely
I
happened
don't,
before.
and I'm hammering the over on 2
Yeah,
minutes.
you don't remember what happened yesterday though. So I mean, this would be almost not even fair to make this bet because
AK, are
I
you ready?
don't-
Are you ready to start betting on when the fights start?
I would never do that. I would never bet on anything. I don't believe in
If
it.
they would allow us to do that, I would bet so much.
Yeah, what
on
is the
that.
actually? Give me the if we can pull up the odds on that. All right, Casey, what do we got for questions?
Oh yeah, questions.
I see a good one, but I see a bunch of good ones. I'm sure Casey will. Yeah.
They're all great questions because we've
They're
got
all
the
great
greatest fans in the world
Oh
Dude,
my
yeah.
gosh, the listeners
Best
and viewers
fans.
are
because
incredible.
we're the best website.
Yeah, what's up, David Sandine? Thank you, Team AK Lee. It's a good team to be on. Jen and Casey, what this show has best to offer. Thank you, Edward Elric.
Edward knows. Edward's
Yeah.
for the real heads.
Why does EKC have sleeves? I don't like it. Casey, why do you have sleeves today?
It's 'cause I don't want to cut up my queen shirt. And
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to be in the theme of
Really?
like London.
That's a
You
nice
know what?
shirt.
You know I got this
I
shirt.
feel like Freddie might be okay with sleeveless there.
He
you
is,
know?
yeah. Dude, this right here is inspired by Freddie Mercury, by the way. Like everyone,
As it
like-
should be.
yeah. But you know where I got this shirt? At a
Queen concert.
no, I got this in Wyoming for BKFC 1. I was at BKFC 1, and I think it was at Casper, Wyoming, Cheyenne, Wyoming. It was in Wyoming, and I was BKFC 1, and it was like
What?
some kind of cowboy type of shop, and they just had some random rock T-shirts there. And I bought this shirt and this shirt I have that has 8 bears on it. You know, one of those shirts. And yeah, so I got this in Wyoming for BKFC 1. And when I was there was a very nice old lady working there, and she had to be like 90. And she's asking, why are we there? She's like, oh, I'm here for this bare knuckle fighting. She's like, oh, wow. And then I go, oh, look, here's a photo. And this is after the weigh-ins. And it was a photo of Beck Hyatt facing off with her opponent. I forgot her name. And she looks at it and she goes, women fighting. And she almost falls down. And I catch her. She fainted almost. And I had to catch her. Lord, heavens to Betsy.
Someone
Could
asked
give me 1,000 guesses. I'd never come up with Casper, Wyoming.
Did
Yeah.
EKC move? Yeah, this is not his normal background. He's moved.
Yes, this
and
is
the wonderful-
my new pad.
No
Yes,
longer.
this is a new place.
Yeah.
It's a much different Panda Dojo.
It's a different
Yes,
Panda
yeah. This
dojo.
is the new Panda Dojo.
Yeah, different Panda Dojo, and this is temporary artwork. This is the living room artwork, but I'm gonna have different artwork up later. But yeah, new place.
Ooh.
I got gentrified out of Inglewood.
Oh,
You hear all this all the SoFi Stadium, like it's only like whatever, like about 2 miles from me, 2-3 miles from me. So all the rents went woo, yay stadiums, great for people like me.
Yay.
All right.
all right, Casey, what do we got? I see Brendan Lindbergh has some. Brendan, we'll get to you later. Oh, I need money. Asks. I hope this isn't. They're not playing a bet on this because this is why they're asking. I need money. Says, is the UFC giving Jai Herbert a layup matchup? Jed, what do you think?
I mean, they're giving him a winnable matchup for sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a total layup because Kyle Nelson isn't. He's a professional fighter. He's not like an awful fighter. I expect Jai Herbert to win this. I think he's a better striker, certainly, and we've seen Kyle Nelson be knockoutable, I guess is the word I'll go with there. So I think this is a matchup that is designed for Jai Herbert to look good in front of the home fans, especially because his last time out, a lot tougher out in that regard. But I wouldn't call this a layup.
No, not at all.
Just favorable.
I was a little surprised by the odds, which were almost 3-1 for Jai Herbert. So I guess that is being viewed as a layup by the general public. I don't know if that line moved in Herbert's direction, but Kyle Nelson. I can't speak out against my fellow Canadian. I think Kyle Nelson's actually pretty tough. I actually have Nelson winning by submission. I think he's going to surprise people. I think he's going to drop an early turd in the O2 Punch Bowl, as it were. Because I don't know, is that the first fight? No, Nicholas Dalby's fighting. Nicholas Dalby's from Denmark. So I think Jai Herbert is the first British man on the card.
I think that's true.
So does Claudio Silva fight out of? Am I crazy? Does he fight out of? I don't know. Anyway,
I think Claudio Silva's an ATT guy. I think.
Okay, the first English native. The guy who's really gonna blow the roof off, and it kind of, as this question is suggesting, like they're expecting to get a big highlight reel knockout.
Claudio Silva is British, by the way.
He is British.
His Wikipedia.
He's a British citizen, right?
He has dual nationality.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so technically Claudio Silva will have, definitely, and then up next, Jai Herbert, former Cage Warriors guy, so maybe even a bigger star, of course, is going to expect to get the show off right. But I think he's actually going to get submitted. Casey, I don't know if you have any thoughts on this matchup.
I don't know. I don't know who he's fighting, and I like saying Jai Herbert. I think it's a cool name.
It's a great name.
That's really all I got on.
And he did put in a competitive fight against like Ilya Topuria. Like everyone's gonna remember the knockout, but like
he was beating
was actually doing really well
until he got sent to the Shadow Realm. He was tuning Topuria up to some extent.
He's a good fighter. But I think we'd all stop at layup. Yeah, not quite a layup.
Yeah.
Oh, Cuts wants to know the best English fighter is actually
like active.
Yeah. Let's just say active.
I mean, I guess it's got to be Leon, right? Like that's the easy answer is Leon Edwards.
If Aspinall wins big tonight, is it Aspinall?
If Aspinall wins big tonight, it's Aspinall. I mean, it's not, because the actual answer to this is probably Muhammad Mokaev.
I was gonna say, are you ready to make that? You're all in on Mokaev.
That's a big statement given where he's at in his career, but like that's probably the true answer. But the justified answer, the one that the most people would agree and accept, is got to be Leon Edwards. And then if Tommy comes out and just like stunts all over Curtis Blaydes, we got no issues with calling him the best British fighter alive.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Who in Aspinall probably number 2 right now?
Yeah, win or lose, I think he's number 2.
Probably.
Am I missing something? Who am I missing?
I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
If they're not on this card, I mean, they're clearly they can't,
no,
can't be in consideration.
No, because Arnold Allen is injured. And Arnold Allen is. I would actually put Arnold Allen above Tom Aspinall. If Aspinall wins, I'm willing to reassess that. But I think very highly of Arnold Allen, so I will say Leon, Arnold, Tom Aspinall, and then Mokaev is just sort of weirdly at the top, but also not even in the conversation, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he's like we just need to see a couple more fights and we'll be very ready to just say, yes, this guy is like maybe not the best, but most talented. Like might be pretty easy to assess.
I'm willing to say he's the most talented right now.
Already? Okay.
Best is because of talent is just talent. It's not what have you actually accomplished, which I think best contributes. So
am I forgetting someone? But is Molly McCann's the best female fighter out of England or the UK right now, right?
I think so.
Is she better than JoJo Calderwood?
I think she is now.
right now. Yeah, which consider
We're talking about
JoJo
all-time
Jones
I'm
the
not.
greatest.
I'm not entirely confident she is right now, but I'm willing to believe she is.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, the only other consideration I think at the moment is JoJo.
yeah.
Well, this does say English. This does say English specifically.
Oh well, Casey said British, so
I don't know
in
the
that
difference.
case,
I don't know
certainly,
the difference, to be honest.
I get them mixed up too, but this
Yeah.
is, I mean, definitely English does not mean.
England is a country.
Okay, wait, there's England, there's Britain, and then there's the UK.
And then there's
Yes.
Wales.
Well, I know.
Wales is a different country.
Those are all.
Is it?
Those are all
Yes.
separate countries
They're all
in the
countries
UK.
that are part of the
Yeah.
United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay,
The UK
it's
and
the word
British.
united.
Yeah.
What is Britain then?
I'm not certain that there is a difference. If there is, I don't know it.
Is
I'm
Britain
just-
just
Between
another name for England?
UK and British, I assume they're the same.
Oh, UK and Britain.
I
People-
think that's how I think of it, though. There could be a
Yeah, people in the
delineation.
comments, please correct the ignorant North Americans. Please, we are hopeless with geography. Outside of we live in our own bubble. We think North America is
Not
the center of
hopeless
the
with
universe.
geography. I just
We are
I don't
hopeless.
think there's a difference between British and UK.
I don't think there is
But
either. But
I'm
again,
willing
I'm
to
also
be wrong.
I'm
It's
also an idiot. I'm also an idiot. So
This is true. Yeah. Well,
I'm
no,
a genius.
there's no debate on that one. Everyone's 100% agree.
All agree.
all right.
All right, we'll find out later.
All right.
Or I
Yeah,
guess it's a
please,
mystery.
just
We'll
correct
never
us.
know. Like I get confused too, with, like the difference between
People,
Latin and Hispanic.
yeah, sure. People don't listen to us. Read the YouTube comments. The YouTube comments are the most informative, information in the world. So,
All right.
what do we got?
Real quick. Yeah, I think we kind of already answered this, but
Sure
Bobby
is.
Atkins, is Muhammad Makhayev the real deal? I mean, Jed certainly thinks so. I'm always hesitant with these things. I need to see more, but I mean, he's got the pedigree. He's looked impressive so far. A crazy amateur background. So yeah, I mean, I lean towards yes for sure. But I mean, I'd like to see him.
in 22?
21 or 22. He may have just turned 22, but he is. If he's 22, it's not by a lot. So
And is he
dude is
training at?
super young.
He's training at ATT now, or
I don't know. I thought he trained Tommy Aspinall, but I could be
I
convinced
thought,
that I'm wrong on that.
or maybe
I thought
just
he
for
was.
camp.
I thought he was with
I could be really wrong too. Sorry.
But teams are not my strong suit.
Okay.
Certainly,
By the way, I saw people
he is
regarding the best
21. He turns 22 on the 30th of this month.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Regarding the best English fighter, a lot of people are shouting out Darren Till. Darren Till is not the best English
No.
fighter. That's real. That's it. Sorry, guys. There's like 3 or 4 people I put ahead of him now.
I
God
want
bless
to
him.
be
He made it.
clear. I don't think any of us forgot about Darren Till.
yeah,
We all made
He was
a choice.
remembered. He just
Because
wasn't
I
intentionally done it.
definitely remembered him and was just like, no, he's obviously not in the
That's a British fighter,
conversation.
but yeah,
Listen, he's done a lot of great work. Hey, he's fought for a UFC title. Give him credit. But I mean, right now he is not one of the 3 best English fighters in MMA.
He's probably
That's
not
just
one
a
of the,
that's just a fact.
I don't even know if he's one of the 10 best.
Prove us wrong, Darren. Prove us wrong. Gabriel Munkel wants to know, should Aspinall get the title shot if he wins in dominant fashion? It feels like nobody's talking about that. Everybody's talking about that. Who's not talking about him getting
could
a
he
title?
leapfrog?
No one's talking about it
Anyone.
because he's not getting it.
Yeah.
That's
He get
just
the-
it.
No, he get
He-
interim.
No, he's not even getting the interim title shot. The interim thing is going to be Stipe John Jones. Like, he gets the interim title shot. If he wins here,
No.
he's going to fight the winner of Gon Tuivasa to then fight the winner of Stipe Jones when Francis inevitably leaves the
Stipe
UFC
Jones.
and they need to crown a new champion.
Stipe Jones is like never happening. Also, I will say this: if it does happen, they're just going to strip Francis. They're just going to strip him. It won't be for an interim. It'll be for vacant.
I think they'll just wait because they don't. What do they care? They don't. Who cares? They can make it an interim and then strip him if he decides he doesn't want to re-sign in December. But stripping him only incentivizes him to leave the organization.
which he wants to do anyway.
Well, actually, if they
Wonder if
strip
he needs
him,
further
can't he?
incentive.
If they strip him, can't he just leave immediately?
I don't know.
Because then he will no
Maybe.
longer be held by the champion's clause because he is
Maybe.
no longer a champion. So they're not going to strip him. I don't think there's any reason for them to strip him. They'll just wait until December when his contract expires, and at that point they'll strip him. I think they're still trying to do this fight later this year.
I'm not sure they're trying to. Will it happen? I don't know. It's John Jones, Stipe, for God's sakes, two of the hardest guys to get in the freaking cage. I still think we will get an Aspinall facing the Tuivasa Gon winner for some sort of interim belt. So technically, yes, but kind of Jed's also right. Like he might not get the main title shot. So yeah, a little bit of column A, column B. So I say yes, he gets a shot.
We're in a 6-man heavyweight tournament right now.
We're in yeah. There's a couple of buys in there.
Yeah, a couple of buys. NFL playoff style, baby.
There you go. Vlad H wants to know, EKC, how do you like your new place? Better or worse for watching fights?
It's different, but as far as watching fights, it will be better. And I'm gonna actually put a TV right here, so I can actually watch fights on a TV and do this do thing. So it will be better for watching fights. I'm excited. It's a new frontier, and I have AC now. I have AC. No, no.
Did
homes
you
in
not have
Inglewood.
AC before?
No, because our home, last
Holy.
home we were built in was built in the 50s, and that was before the world started boiling. So there was no reason to have AC.
You thought you thought it was gonna be fine forever.
Yeah.
You're climate change denier. You were like, the climate is fine. I don't need air conditioning. Air conditioning is a government scam.
Welcome to the wonderful world of AC, Casey. You're gonna love it, Casey. You're gonna love it.
Let me.
I feel dirty turning the AC on. I feel like I'm cheating every time I turn it on.
You are. You're cheating. You're cheating life. You're cheating. Yeah, life wants you to die.
I'm kind of just used to being hot in the house. Yeah.
No, you don't need to, because we beat that. Human beings defeated
science. Heat. Yes, defeated. I want to read this quickly from Brennan Lindberg. There's rumors the UFC is going to Sweden in November. Off the top of your mind, who could you see headlining that card with Khamzat already booked for September? I'll tell you who's going to headline that card. One Mr. Alexander Gustafsson coming off a knockout win of Nikita Krylov tonight. I'm calling it. I don't know. I've got a feeling we're going to see. I still believe in Gus. I don't know why. He hasn't won a fight in 5 years. He seems he has like 1.5 feet out the door. Like he's kind of ready to retire. He's already retired. And like when we last saw him fight at heavyweight, it was just dreadful. I think this is his last sincere charge. His last sincere, no, I want people to remember what a good fighter I was. I want to go out on a decent note. Give me 2 or 3 more fights just to show it, at least do better than I did in the Verdum fight at light heavyweight, where I fought for a UFC title 3 times, where I've beaten Glover Teixeira, where I've beaten Jan Blachowicz. Give me one more shot. And I think he beats Nikita Krylov. And if he's healthy enough, and they are going to Sweden in November, if that is the case, there's your headliner.
I mean, there's just not any other choices, really, right? Like, it's Jack Hermanson who's about to lose to Chris Curtis. Like, that's, it feels like you're just doing Gus. Or maybe Darren Till can fight by then.
Sure.
British, London fighter, Liverpool fighter. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but
Liverpudlian.
European cards are all Euros are the same to the UFC.
Oh, stop it!
Like, what? Makwan Amirkhani's fighting on this card. Why? Like, it's not like a thing.
It's just like, no difference when they go to China or Korea. It's like, as long as they do. Asian, you're
in the general vicinity.
Australians. Throw some Australians in there.
Yeah. All right, it's just
easier for Australian fans to make the flight up to China.
It is, and for the fighters, it does make a difference for sure. It's not saying it's the same country, but it's a huge difference.
It could be the same country. No one knows.
Ooh, Matthew Mullen jumping ahead. Aspinall versus Gane. Who wins?
After Gane defeats Tai Tuivasa, I guess.
After Gane defeats Tai Tuivasa, sure.
Gane.
Jed?
I think Gane beats just about everybody at heavyweight.
Does it matter how Aspinall does tonight? Does Aspinall?
I mean, if Aspinall out wrestles Curtis Blaydes, just dumps him with a power double, then I'm willing to reconsider. But as good as Tom Aspinall may or may not be, Cyril Gane is just a better striker than him, and he's not a great defender of takedowns. But I think everyone recalibrated after the Ngannou loss, right, for Gane. And I think a lot of that is, one, I don't think Gane was really prepared for Francis to be wrestling him.
We weren't.
Two,
as viewers.
None of us really were. And then 2, he also, Francis had a double-edged sword, whereas he still had to respect that Francis can just kill you. And then the takedowns kind of came off of that, even if none of it was set up technically brilliantly or whatever. But I would give Gane a great shot against Curtis Blaydes, who is, I think, a much better wrestler than Tom Aspinall, and because Gane just gets to know, this is the thing. I need to be ready for this thing. And against Aspinall, maybe Aspinall can compete a little on the feet, but he's probably not going to win that fight. And I don't think he can take him down all that effectively. So I think Gane is the second best heavyweight in the world. And frankly, if he rematches Francis next year, I'm probably picking Gane to beat Francis.
So you want to see something very specific from Aspinall tonight or today, I should say. If he somehow shows some D1 level wrestling takedown ability, that's gonna like really change your perspective. Like if he gets another quick finish, like just say he catches Curtis in the first 2 minutes, kind of like
Oh, that
we
won't.
know
Yeah, I would still
Curtis is
pick mine.
catchable. Like
Yeah.
we know he's hittable. He's had some unfortunately quick finishes. He just gets caught sometimes. So if that happens, I guess not informative. Casey, do you agree? Do you want to see something specific from Aspinall, or any Aspinall win tonight would have you going like maybe?
I think any Aspinall win, because no matter what, that's still Curtis Blaydes across from you.
Yeah.
And whatever you do to win, it doesn't really matter, because that means you won and you stopped what Curtis Blaydes was trying to do, which I assume was at some point wrestle. And the threat of wrestling is always like, Curtis Blaydes doesn't have to wrestle, but that threat is always there. So that way it's kind of a reverse Francis, like you said about Gone, but the takedown. You're so worried about the stand up, the wrestling will be there. And that's what's made Curtis Blaydes' hands look so good, especially in his last fight, because that just hours of footage of him just wrestling. It's like all of a sudden, oh crap, I have to worry about up here now, not just down here.
But would you favor him over Gone?
No.
Okay.
No. And I'm just not. Aspinall is just. I know he's really good. But just on the walking off the bus thing was just Gone. He just looks like he's just an incredible athlete. Just
well-built young man.
Yeah, well-built young man.
Well-built young man.
But you know what? That's really that's a bad habit to just pick guys based on that. But
I don't know. A heavyweight,
not at all.
A heavyweight, yeah.
You're probably
Not at
more
all.
successful than like it probably hits over 50% if that's just how you bet pick heavyweight fights. Who looks better?
Yeah, which is like why I've always loved DC, because even when he's shredded, he still looks like maybe an in-shape PE coach.
Oh yeah, that was always the fun part about Fedor.
Yeah.
He's
like, that guy. Oh, I love it.
So that's the most terrifying man on the planet. That's weird, but okay.
Michael Procopio wants to know. This is a good question. Jed, the gambling guru. Michael, did you not listen to No Bets Bar this week or read his column on MMAfighting.com? Come on. Anyway, but just for the viewers, Jed, the gambling guru. Which of these underdogs? I guess you can only pick one, but top three, I don't know. Do you think has the best chance of pulling off the upset? Claudio Silva, Makwan Amirkhani, Paul Craig, Hannah Goldie, or Curtis Blaydes? Thanks. Happy B-Day, AK, and Casey, you rock. Casey, you rock too.
Oh, thanks.
Is Blaydes still an underdog? I think it's closed. I think they both closed.
I assume he's still an underdog, but let me pull up the lines right now.
I
Still an
think
underdog,
so.
plus 125.
Okay, I thought it closed the pick. Oh no, I'm looking. Oh, that was Hermanson and
Nope,
Curtis.
it is actually moved even further towards Tom Aspinall, plus 125.
Really interesting.
I think Aspinall was minus 140 yesterday. He's minus 145 now.
Not that I'm going to. I can bet up to just as for the listeners. Excuse me. DraftKings promo code the MMA hour.
The MMA hour.
Yes. You can bet up to the it doesn't matter. It's not like once the card starts. Like up to the fight happening.
No,
right?
up to the fight happening. You can also bet during the fight. Live odds are a great thing.
Oh, this is true. Can you do that on DraftKings?
I don't know. I don't use DraftKings because DraftKings is not available in my state. But I just use them for lines because sponsorship, etc.
I'm sorry, Jed. So yes, which of these underdogs is jumping out at you?
I mean, Curtis Blaydes, I think, has the best chance of it because that fight is at worst 50-50. Like I frankly think Curtis Blaydes. We talked about it yesterday a lot in the preview show. Like we all picked Curtis Blaydes to pull off the upset. We're all a little surprised he's the underdog. And again, maybe Tom Aspinall wins. I'm not here to say he can't. He certainly can. But of these choices, I think he has by far the best chance. And then I would say second best is probably Paul Craig, just because that's what Paul Craig does.
Yeah.
Like he's been an underdog in like almost every one of his UFC fights. I forget the exact numbers. I looked it up earlier this week before No Bets Barred. I think it's only been like 2 of his fights or something. He hasn't been an underdog. And so most of his wins come with him being the underdog because it's a role he thrives in. And he's certainly coming with the intensity. If you watch the weigh-ins, the face-offs, the man is coming to fight very, very intensely today. So he would be my second pick. But I think Blaydes is the runaway choice for this question.
It is wild. So yeah, Craig is the underdog, but on Tapology, he has 73% of the voters for him.
What is the method? What is the method of finish, or what is the method of victory?
Oh, it's submission for sure.
83% submission.
83% submission.
Yeah, of the 73% of people that picked him.
Look, if he
83%.
wins, it's gonna be submission.
It's gonna be submission.
I have picked him by 3rd round submission. So yes, I fully expect a rough go of it for Paul Craig until he does.
You picked old Paul. You picked old Paulie Craig by 3rd round submission.
3rd round. What did you go first?
Well, I think I went. I don't actually know. Let me pull up my Tapology to figure out, because I may have picked Ozdemir to win just because he should on paper, but plus 1,200 on DraftKings for those inclined. If you agree with my colleague AK Lee, 3rd round submission for Paul Craig, plus 1,200.
I don't feel that strongly about it. That is a fun thing to write on Tapology pick, not an I didn't put any money on that pick. Yeah. So just a heads up for everyone who wants to see where my head is at. I did not put any actual money on that. So before I read this question for Ola Tomasi, Celestial MMA points out Britain is different to the United Kingdom. This is so shameful. This is like grade school geography, but
does Britain not include North Ireland?
Hold on. Celestial MMA says Britain is different to the United Kingdom. Britain is short for Great Britain. I feel so dumb right now. Britain is short for Great Britain, England, Scotland, Wales.
So it doesn't include Northern Ireland.
When you say United Kingdom, then you're including Northern Ireland and the British Isles, and including all of Ireland, including
that makes sense.
Not just Northern Ireland. So this is I feel so dumb. Like
this is probably the landmass.
He probably copied a children's book that we should know about basic like international geography. It's just shameful. I am so sorry. Thank you, Celestial MMA.
When we won the war, we did.
I'm saying. I thought the colonies were free
when they tried to tax us for our tea. I was like, no.
You're all British to me now. I don't care about your.
I don't feel bad because most people in the UK don't know like the states or how any of that works here, because it's not, and they don't need to. It's not important for them to know.
They definitely think Canada is part of the US. So I mean, I should not be like, yeah. See, exactly. See, there we go.
Even you at the start of this said I almost lied to our American fans or whatever, when you lied to everybody. You would have lied to everybody with whatever you
really around the world. Yeah. What the?
Are we going to geography?
Yeah, let me see. No, where's Rolo's question? Where's Rolo's question? Rolo wants to know, do you guys believe Paul Craig, speaking of which, could make a run for the 205 title? He gives me Dark Horse vibes. Yeah, it's 205. 205, I mean, there's some great fighters 205, but 205 it's essentially just smaller, it's light heavyweight. It's just a lighter version of heavyweight. There's so much randomness, so many guys with like finishing power and like unique styles.
Did you say 205 is just light heavyweight?
It's like heavyweight.
But it's light.
And 185 is like,
it's like light heavyweight, but in the middle. But like in the middle, it's like not quite light heavyweight. It's in the middle.
Spot the lie.
It's right. Where am I lying?
Where you at, America?
Look,
yeah.
Rolo,
and people say,
I'm very happy this Canadian has an American education. That's good.
Now someone else is correcting Celestial MMA. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, guys, don't trust us. Just read a book. Read a book. Don't listen. Don't get your geography information from us. Read a book.
Rolo, let me just say to this point, Rolo, he has like a really decent chance at competing for it, mainly because he's already like he's number 8 in the UFC's rankings, which is astonishing to me. But
not that anyone cares about those.
No, but that's how the title fights don't work off the true rankings. They work off the
fights don't work off any. The title fights don't work off any rankings. Let's be realistic here. Hold
on. Not all the time, but broad strokes. It's
by
that
the way,
way.
I was right. Both 2 fighters are in the cage already.
Really? Are they in the cage right now?
There we go.
Yep.
Oh, shit. 2 minutes to go. We need to bounce. I will just quickly say he has a win over a guy who's probably going to hold the light heavyweight title in Ankalaev. And so if he wins this and wins like one more with a random ass sub, dude's going to fight for the belt. It'll be hilarious.
Yeah. He
has a real chance.
He's on a 6-fight unbeaten streak, and with like and only one of those a draw. The other one's like finishes. Like he's really good.
Is he the best? What could he potentially be? Have there been who've been the best submission specialist?
What, at 205?
There haven't been a ton of
Vinny Magalhaes. Vinny Magalhaes.
Is Paul Craig
Vinny
the
Magalhaes
best
is a BJJ player. He wasn't like really that great at. He didn't like submit people all that often.
So is Paul Craig the best submission artist at lightweight?
He is the most prolific. He's the most prolific.
I have a Glover up there.
Oh, maybe Glover. Yeah, Glover. Yeah,
Glover probably Glover probably does have more actual subs on his record.
I
But
think he only. Well, no. The funny thing, I think Glover only started racking up subs later on. I think because remember he
yeah,
actually was
but
knocking a lot of people out.
but he's racked up a lot of them lately. So
Yes, he has. Yeah.
And Paul Craig doesn't have that many UFC wins. Like,
Yeah.
he's got some, but it's not like he's been dominantly stabbing people for years.
Hold on. There's
Real quick before we go to predictions.
Was-
Yes or no? If Blaydes loses tonight, will he ever fight for a title?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
still-
There's
it's
still a
still
chance.
heavyweight.
Yeah. It's
All right,
heavyweight.
so it's not super high
Nah.
stakes for these guys in this. In
It's
that
high
sense.
stakes for both of them, but it's not do
Well,
or die. It's not
not
do or
do
die.
or-
Yeah.
It's-
Does not end a career.
No.
Well, as far as title run, okay, that's all.
Yeah.
That's all. Interested in your opinion. All right.
Jed, what's your pick for the main event?
What did I pick for the main event? I have Tommy Aspinall. Oh no, I have Curtis Blaydes winning by fifth round TKO.
Ooh, calling the 5th round TK. I wonder if you put money on. I want to. You know, tell
I
me.
did not. I
I
did not put money on it.
5th round finishes are so tough to predict. Casey, what's your call for the main event?
Usually I'm pretty opinionated on main events. Actually, for this one, I honestly don't have a clue. I'm going Aspinall decision, but I really
Aspinall decision.
I really don't know because maybe we'll see 15% of Tommy Aspinall.
Oh,
So,
you're right.
I mean, we'll still have 85.
Yeah,
to
we still have
see.
85 left. So I don't really have I'm really excited about the main event because I honestly don't know what to expect.
It's a great main event. I'm going Blaydes by decision. Blaydes has never lost his. If Aspinall could win a decision over Blaydes, I'd be so impressed. So I'm going Blaydes by decision. He's never lost a decision before. But again, I said before in the previous show, Volkov also hadn't been submitted in like 12 years, and Aspinall did that. So there's no such thing as never and hasn't been before in MMA. It doesn't really matter. Co-main, Jack Hermanson, Chris Curtis, Jed.
Lock of the night, baby. Chris Curtis. I have him winning a decision. I think this fight is going to look exactly like the Rodolfo Vieira fight because it is the exact same fight. Jack Hermanson wants to get takedowns, not going to be able to do it. Action Man, don't play that game. Action Man by decision.
Yeah, I agree. Action Man by decision. Casey.
Hermanson, heel hook, round 3.
Wow, the Action Man.
Oh,
Wow.
heel
How
hook.
dare
Love
you?
that.
How dare you? The Action Man getting caught by a desperation heel hook. This is one of the big one, guys. I should just let off with this. Well, actually, no,
Yeah.
I'll close out with it. So I'll close out with Patty. So let's talk about Krylov Gustafsson first. I've said it already. I think Gustafsson's going to knock him out somehow, probably second round. I think I said. Jed.
Your confidence has me changing my mind because I originally
Don't do that.
I originally was just going to take Krylov just because Gus hasn't won a fight in 5 years and Krylov has, and that's that's good.
That's the thing.
But yesterday, the preview show, you convinced me that Gus just should win this fight. Like he is obviously a better fist fighter if he's at all engaged. And I have to hope that he's come back because he's engaged in fighting, not just because he needs the paycheck or whatever. So I'm taking Gus by decision, but who the hell knows with this one?
Casey, how do you like Gus's chances of a comeback?
Al Capone, depressing decision.
The minor. Paul Craig, we all kind of said we're expecting. Oh, I don't know. Did you hammer down what your pick was for Craig Uzdemir?
Oh, I have Uzdemir by second round.
You do, right, okay. You do have Uzdemir.
I did.
The comeback.
I think I'm wrong. I think Paul Craig defies logic and reason, but logic and reason says Uzdemir just punches him in the face real hard, and that's the end of the fight.
Yeah, I have Volkov first round KO.
Oh wow, Casey and McCann Goldie.
Goldie only because I just want to see sad fans.
God.
Wow.
Horrible. Just like you made the whole internet sad with your Reiner de Ritter should really go on Contender Series. For anyone who saw that tweet, this man is joking. He is joking. He knows who RDR is. He knows how good he is. You are bad. You're a bad person. You're a bad person. You're bad. Jed, the
Molly should win. Molly should win unless Molly has a incredible off night, but she should win. Yeah.
Jed.
Of Molly McCann winning a decision.
Yeah, that's my lock. My lock of the night, guys. McCann is going to win that fight.
Molly McCann should never be a lock of the night for anyone.
She is with respect to Hannah Goldie. Molly McCann is leagues ahead of her.
No one respects Molly McCann as much as I do. This one paid off on a third round TKO prop bet at plus like 3,000 or something dumb last UFC London for me. Love Molly McCann.
And then
never call her a lock of any night.
she is the lock. She is the lock of the night, guys. I'm guaranteeing a McCann win, or I will leave MMA fighting forever. There you go. There's my.
Wow.
That is not
Big
contractually
stakes.
binding. That is not contractually. I signed nothing.
Big
I signed
stakes.
nothing. We can
Verbal
always edit this out.
contracts.
Casey, we can always edit that out later.
This is a live show.
And barring something weird, like she tweaks her knee or something. I'm talking about like she's going to win.
Barring something weird, like she gets punched.
Barring something weird, like MMA happens to her. All right. And last one, guys.
MMA happens.
Patty Pimblett, Jordan Levitt. I think one of the toughest fights.
MMA happens at the MMA match. Okay, good.
Patty Pimblett, Jordan Levitt, the most talked about match in the card. I think one of the most difficult fights to pick in the card. I still almost have no idea, but I had to make a pick for my predictions. I don't know where you went with it, Jed.
I took Levitt by submission in the second round. I said it on yesterday's preview show. I think just Pimblett's maybe a better grappler, quote unquote, but Levitt's game is really tricky and weird. And I think Pimblett is going to believe he's a better grappler and engage in that. And then that's going to give Levitt opportunities to do some sneaky on him. Going to pull a sneaky on him, and then he's going to twerk all over the O2 arena, and the fans are going to hate it.
Yeah, I actually think it's going to go decision. I think it's going to go competitive too, and I think it's actually going to go in Levitt's favor, and you're going to hear some of the loudest boos you've ever heard in your entire life. Casey, what do you got?
I'm with Jed. Levitt submission, round 2.
All right. Well, all right, guys. I had a poll. I did put a poll up. So which English fighter, assuming we know what an English fighter even is now, which English fighter will have the best night at UFC London? Tom Aspinall, 51%, Patty Pimblett, 27%, Molly McCann, 13%, other, 9%. You guys can assume other just means, again, anyone that's, at this point in our definition, that's apparently anyone in the United Kingdom and Britain, which is not the same thing. Anyway, but thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm Alex Lee. This is Jed Meshew. This is Jed Meshew, excuse me. This is EKC Leydon in his new home. The fight is happening right now. I'm sorry, we're into round 2 of Silver.
Round 2.
Thank you everyone who stuck around or was just watching both, and enjoy the fights, and we'll see you after the show.
Love you guys.